presenters, and we encourage conversations after the seminar. And then I really want to build on that last point. If you want to be engaged in related research, please get in touch with any of us. I certainly know, as Craig pointed out, that we're starting some new research applications, and we are collaborative. There is no geographic bound. We work, as you've heard, with academics and practitioners, and if you're interested in doing research, send an email, make a phone call. Our contact information is clearly available, certainly via the Queen's and U of T websites, and if you just contact us, we'll respond. Okay, that was an excellent question. Another question? And if you're not in the room, please feel free to speak up. Are there no questions remotely? Because this is your opportunity to speak.
Let me leave you with an idea.
We have a question here.
That's not a question.
A comment.
I know that in Kellogg they have written a number of short cases on success stories. And it reminds me of, let's say, 25 years ago when the former chancellor of Queen's University happened to be the premier of Alberta. And he had a little money left over because of stuff that they got out of the ground out there. And so he said, you know, we should let people know that people are actually manufacturing things in Alberta, because he was trying to develop the Heritage Fund to promote other economic avenues than just raw materials coming out of the ground. So they produced a series of half a dozen success stories professionally. He paid for the professional teams to come in and document on, at that time, VHS, so that it could go out to the schools and everybody could see it. And you'd even see it, because I used to use a couple in class. And it turned out to be a bestseller if people wanted it. And it was just a matter of letting people see what's going on.
It's an excellent suggestion. I hope that those of you remotely heard that. That is that we document success stories and we actually bring them together. So I would encourage all of you, both researchers and those who are experiencing and seeing success, to be involved in that. If you bring that to the academics' attention, if you're a non-academic, we'd be happy to work with you to document that. As an academic, to respond to also Dr. Dayson's question, to the extent that we can collect this and make this systematically available, we're just really strengthening the base in terms of creative economy thinking. And I know that that there are some cases that have been documented. I'm aware of some of those, even those that have nothing to do with Eastern Ontario. Maybe systematically pulling them together would be of use for rural Canada. Before we close, I will give you all one last opportunity to ask or suggest a question that we could look at as academics or non-academics. And I'd also like to give our panel members one closing comment, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. So
I just want to add one quick thing because of that. The one thing, the Film Board of Canada has been doing, sponsoring kind of filmmaker in residence program, because this is one of these things where it's really interesting. They actually have a filmmaker in residence right now at Sick Kids, who's doing really fascinating stuff, and a lot of it is talking about exactly what's going on there, and this idea of actually taking an interesting manufacturer and actually getting a filmmaker to partner with them to tell their story. Does amazing things as well as terms of the kind of that spark of creativity, having actually somebody like a filmmaker working with a manufacturer, all kinds of really interesting things come on, in addition to actually getting the story out. So there's some really cool things.
that's excellent, and I know that Craig and Dan have been discussing a film series where we would actually go send video crews out to some of our local success stories and use that medium to disseminate great ideas. Okay, so final questions. Your opportunity is closing. Then let's give our panelists final word, and then we'll kind of pause and close the session.
My final word would be, first, thank you to the Weinstein Center and to Len and her team for the exceptional work. This series has prompted so many new projects. It's opened up dialogue, which is so important. I would say, I don't know whether any of the Northern Ontario communities are still on the remote, but I'm really excited to see some Northern Ontario groups interested in joining. As wonderful it is to promote Eastern Ontario and things to expand into Southwestern, this has to be a provincial, we're talking about bigger regions. So we want to engage Northern Ontario, we want to get some of FedNor's money, so we're glad to see you involved.
Okay, thank you. Betsy?
Thank you as well, and I just want to say I have a lot of talented and brilliant students, and they're really the future, and they're very excited about these areas. And so please email me, get in touch with me if you have a research project that you're interested in. It's just exciting to watch how the students are really interested in these issues now. So please get in touch with me if you have a project that you'd like.
That's an excellent point. Students as well as faculty are willing to come to your areas to help study your issues and to promote the creative economy. Kevin, you have a closing word?
Well, I want to thank Madison and obviously Jan around here, but also thank the audience. This has been really interesting, just watching how much, not only how much it's grown here, but how much it's grown the number of remote sites that are involved. So the level of engagement, I think, with this topic is just phenomenal. And I think that shows a lot of real potential. And I will say, I have an office full of incredibly talented graduates at many levels who are also really interested in working on these things, and will continue to do so going forward.
Could you please join me in thanking our panel?
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Before you go, could I ask that as you leave, because we keep a record of who's participated both remotely and in person in the discussion as well, could you please ensure that Andrew has your name, or Andrew, if you don't know who's there, could you ensure that you have their names? And I want to thank you all, as Kevin very appropriately did, for your time, for your interest. We would have a seminar if you were not present. And your contributions are very greatly appreciated. And I look forward to ongoing collaboration and discussion and moving ideas into action. So thank you all.